Legend Total War here, and today we're going to have a bit more of a funny type video, I suppose, to do with Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires. This one's going to be focused around the diplomacy that you can do, and I imagine that you can do some of this stuff in Warhammer 2 and in the Realm of Chaos, but a lot of these opportunities have become widely available for me to do in this particular campaign, so this is what I'm going to showcase. So I've got my Carcassonne campaign that I showed you guys a little while ago, and we're going to be doing some pretty silly things in diplomacy today that we really shouldn't be allowed to do, but we're going to do them. So, first thing we're going to showcase is how to bankrupt your ally's enemy, okay? So, in order to do this particular thing, you need to have at least a military ally, at least one, right? I have a lot in this campaign. I have found that in Immortal Empires, it's pretty easy, if you're playing as like an order faction, to get lots of military allies. Yeah, it's not difficult at all to do that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to Etain over here and have a look at his multitude of enemies and find one that I'm not at war with. So we're going to go with the Cult of Pleasure. I'm not at war with her. Okay, why don't we do this? I'll go to Nagarond. Okay, I am at war with Nagarond, and we'll try to get a peace treaty. But I don't want to pay him any money. So what if I offered to break military access with these three factions? All three of them are my military allies. Okay? That way I can get peace, and I can get some money.
I suppose.
Done deal, right? Wrong. We're not done yet. Because I didn't actually break military access with these factions. Because when you sign a military or defensive alliance with someone,
Very well.
you automatically get military access. So if I break military access with them, they automatically re-sign another... Look at that, 1 gold. I've completely bankrupted Malekith here. So I can use this to get Malekith to do, you know, a little bit of stuff here. I can get him to do a bit. He obviously isn't going to do things that are ridiculous, but anything weighted 12. Probably not going to get a city out of him unless I break treaties with a lot of people. But I also can't trade cities with him at the moment. But yeah, if I had it enough, you know, with enough military allies, I probably could start buying all of his cities. Just take him completely to the cleaners. But I don't border him at the moment, so I can't really do that. Okay, then there's Marathi over there.
Be quick about it.
We can deprive her of her funds. Why not?
Such delights.
Because it doesn't cost me anything.
Immediately.
Actually, no, it does cost us things. By doing this, okay, every time that we've broken a treaty and it's been reestablished, it does actually break a treaty with them in terms of relations. So the High Elves are going to be pissed at me for this. And you can see here, they'll probably end up breaking treaties eventually. But you don't want to do this with the Dwarves, because the Dwarves will never forget. But the High Elves forget about this stuff really bloody quickly. So if you're going to do it, try to do it so that you can just stay friends with them and then just cycle it every now and again. Don't do it to the extreme that what I just did there. So for example, over here, we're at war with Sylvania. Oh, they're just willing to peace anyway. But I can still get them to do it as well. But I do actually border this guy. So, okay, people I have military allies with. Let's have a look. Oh, wait, he's only got 1 settlement. Alright, I forgot, I nearly killed him. But yeah, we could potentially get a lot out of him. I could even get a non-aggression pact with him. Now, cities will sometimes be ranged between value of 0 to 120. Just depends on how much they value that particular city. Okay, now, so yeah, selling off breaking of military access can be quite valuable if you want to do it to a little degree, okay, at this point, when you've got lots of military allies. The more military allies you have, the better. That way you can spread out the disdain between those military allies. And also, the more that they like you, the better. So the more people that you're at war with and they're at war with, the better. So this is stuff that can really work late campaign. Now, that is not the weirdest thing I'm going to show you here today. That's just the tip of the iceberg, right? Now, that one there is probably the more practical one. But this one here is the more, like, this is where you burn down the whole world sort of thing in a really sort of funny manner. Okay. If we go to Sylvania here, and we ask them to join war against the Forgebound, right, which I'm at war with, we can have a look at some of the breakdowns, right? Now, this is something that we couldn't do in Warhammer 2, right? You can see here, base evaluation, minus 119, relative faction strength, minus 22.8, main threat, positive 8, Okay, now normally if you're considered the main threat, that acts as a negative towards diplomatic deals. But for asking someone to declare war on someone, threat and trustworthiness are actually flipped. They're around the wrong way. So there's a limit to how much you can actually be threatening, but there's actually no limit to how low your reliability can actually go. It'll say things like between very high and very low, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's an actual number behind that, and at very low could mean anywhere between -10 reliability to -1 billion, right? So how do we go about this, right? Obviously I don't want to break any of my military alliances, but luckily I'm in a position where I know most of the world, and I got a bunch of people ready to accept a bunch of treaties. So what I'm going to do here is sign as many non-important treaties as possible, namely like non-aggression pacts, trade agreements, military access, but no military alliances, because I don't want to screw over any military allies. Okay, so what we're going to do here, everybody that's willing to have a deal,
We grant you an audience.
I'm going to squeeze them for everything they're worth.
I stand apart. You are
Now the thing is, when you break a treaty after just signing it, you'll lose quite a bit of reliability, especially if you declare war on them as well. But I'd like to try to do this without any direct war declarations.
Wind shake. Cathay extends the hand. Agreed.
Now remember, we're doing this to the absolute extreme, because we're asking somebody that hates us to go to war with someone they have no idea of their existence. Typically speaking, that is just something that no faction will ever accept. But not only will they accept it, but they'll like do it pretty convincingly. Like they're easy to convince. Now there is a bit of a loophole that you can do with Tomb Kings, but I just want to get those ones down first. Okay, are we done? Okay, military access with them.
Do not believe the slander.
Okay, any allies? No. Okay, so now let's go down to Cetra. Cetra. Where are you? Tomb Kings. There we go. Okay, now for some reason with Cetra, trade agreements aren't factored in when considered with reliability. So we've got these other treaties here. If we cancel this, we can see that reliability doesn't actually come into effect. So we're losing reliability. Okay. But relation kind of does, so he eventually doesn't want to do it anymore. So I didn't get as much as I thought I was going to there, but, you know, re-establish the treaty and then cancel it again. So what we're going to do here is cancel all non-military alliance treaties.
I am ready to parley. Fine.
Okay, now it says where our reliability is very low at the moment. Let's have a look at what that means in terms of numbers. So let's go to someone random that is a pain in the ass. How about, I don't know, let's go to the Vampire Coast. Dreadfleet. I think this is the faction that hates me the most.
Once you die,
right?
Your body shall be another husk for my crew.
And if I ask him to go toward the Forgebound, we can see here that trustworthiness is acting as a positive 31, right? Despite these other areas, it's acting as a negative 15.5. I believe that trustworthiness really heavily impacts trade agreements, way more than non-aggression pacts, right? So, we've still got a bit to go, but we definitely can drop it down even further. So, anywhere where there is somebody that we don't have a...
What do you want of the warrior?
an alliance with. Look, there we go. We can do this again to her. I guess you can only repeat this a couple of times with each Tomb King, but yeah, they don't care about reliability.
Agree.
At least with trade agreements. A bit weird diplomacy with Tomb Kings. They like you when they're strong, and they'll do deals with you when you're dishonorable.
The gods smile. What could you possibly offer me?
Let me just see. Oh, he's not actually at war with that many people. I can't really manipulate him that much. Alright, never mind. Okay. Arguelon. I don't think I signed those recently, but whatever. Just get rid of anything that's not a military alliance. We'll just get rid of.
Ariel has been watching.
If we must.
So be it.
Now, there is definitely a drawback. This is not optimal or anything. This is just for your personal
let's get
enjoyment in
on
your
with
campaigns.
this.
If you just
All
like
right.
to watch the whole world go absolutely batshit crazy,
Yes.
well, you just laugh it off. And if you're willing to deal with the ramifications of having extremely low reliability, in that you really can't trust your
Never.
allies any further,
The Empire
and there's no
lies
quick way to
indeed.
restore reliability, it recovers by about
Sigma
0.5
be
per turn.
praised.
So, for example, if you take a non-aggression pact, right, and see it's at 38, so currently that'll take 76 turns in order to recover back to being what it was before. And this is only going to get worse now. See that there? Now it's going to take 80 odd turns. It's only going to keep getting worse. But at least you can find out exactly how long it's going to take for your reliability to recover now. So, easy way to find out, just hit non-aggression pact, look at the number, and then multiply that number by 2, minus 45.5, you know, 91 turns is how long it's going to take to recover. Until you do something dirty. I don't believe joining wars on the side of your allies when
The
they're
forces
attacked
of Night
makes
Down
any
cannot
difference.
all- I do
People
what
just
is
need time to forget
necessary.
about it, which
My mother would approve.
takes a long time. Okay,
May your
Keep cancelling.
ancestors shall please the dragons.
until there's nothing left but
It
military
suits my
allies.
purposes.
Because the thing is here, we don't want to be making any war declarations, because a war declaration will
You
likely
need
see
not
all of
face
my
our
allies
might.
abandon
My
me
ancestors
because of my low
require it.
reliability, and because I sold off all
There
my
is merit.
of breaking off military access, which everyone's probably pissed at right now.
Begone, miscreant! Timon allows it.
But we don't need that for what we're going to do,
Well.
because they're going to be way too busy. Well, everyone else is going to be way too busy. Okay, is there anything else? Let me have a look here. I think I signed these, okay, not too long ago. We don't need to do this. Oh yeah, let's put that down. Like I said, only military allies. That way, if any of them make a war declaration on anyone else, I could always decide with the defender if I've got a treaty with them. Because I've only got treaties with people I'm allied with now. I believe that's it. Yep, that's it. Okay. So now, let's go back to the... Okay, if I look at it in terms of attitude, the Dread Fleet is the only one here that I'm not at war with that hates us by this amount that I can negotiate with. I can't negotiate with Goromandi tribe because they're a vassal.
I shall hear you out before death lends you to my wrath.
This was originally over 100 threshold, and now 17 gold.
As my
Join my
power
wars.
ascends.
Okay, what else? How about you do all of them at once, hey? How about all of them? How does that sound? Okay, so there's a... Okay, I actually need to drop down trustworthiness a little bit more in order to get all of those. So let me just see if I can do it a bit more one at a time.
Ends justify means.
Because, yeah, I can't really establish any more... Oh, hang on. I've got a trade agreement here with Exile Self in the heck. Yeah, lower my reliability a tad more. Oh, there we go, there we go. Yeah, give me some of this. Thank you. And then cancel it again. Cool. Can we do it again? Nah. I could give them money for it. It's not that much, but... Alright, let's try that again now with Dreadfleet.
Beg for your life.
Basically, when you get to the point where it stops showing
For you
all the
are
breakdowns,
at the mercy of Noctilus.
doesn't even show trustworthiness or anything. Are we there yet? Yeah, see how it still shows trustworthiness, right? But if we... Let me just do it this way. If we do it this way... Oh, look at that. I don't even have to pay him. Yeah, it's because of Bellicor. Bellicor, because he's, I don't know, he's like... People really don't want to go to war with him. But he's willing to do it for everyone else, basically, for free. So it just depends on who you're getting them to go and declare war. I reckon we can get him... Whoa, hang on. I reckon we get him to go to war with... Yeah, look at that. Warhorde of the Apocalypse for free, essentially. Everyone except for Bellicor. Something's up with Bellicor. People do not want to go to war with him. All those war declarations. 51 gold.
No need to
Deal. Deal. Okay. So, who else? Who else? Sylvania. Do you want to go to war with anyone?
With the weak. Leave me.
Yeah, look at that. Completely for free.
I approve.
Completely... Oh, well, you know, 34 gold. That's not completely for free. You know. Let me see if I can demand money. Does that make any difference? Nah, trustworthiness does come into effect with demanding gifts. How many wars can we force Sylvania to go to war with? I don't think... Let me just check Shadow Legion. Yeah, Shadow Legion, he will not do it. We need to lower our reliability even further in order for that to happen. I don't know what's going on with Bellicore with that. But, you know, you can do everyone else. So, and he actually likes the Bone Rattlers. Maybe that's why that went up. Yeah, okay. So, we gotta be a bit more careful with ones that they actually like. So, 274 for that. So, it doesn't seem like he's got... Okay, he does have a non-aggression pact with the Bone Rattlers, and that doesn't work, breaking that. So, just outright war declaration. You know, I could pay him 5 grand to get that to happen. But, you know, I don't really want to do that. Who else? Who else do we want to mess with? Arguelon? Nah. Arguelon doesn't want to be negotiable. I guess it works better with disorder races, I think, when trying to get them to go to war with people. So let's have a look. Oh my god, look at that. He does not want to get out of that war. Nope. Who else? Who else? Who else? We can just call it there. What about Kemri? Is he down to declare war on people? Relative faction strength. Yeah, I'd have to pay him though. Well, for some of these, that's not so bad. But yeah, there you go. Basically, trustworthiness working in reverse, as it should there, where super dishonorable factions can make other factions make war declarations basically for free. So diplomacy acting quite backwards there. And if we have a look at our relations with our actual allies, we can see that Reichland is still going up. They're probably not going to cancel any treaties with us, but we can see things like Wissenland, because I did... Oh god, the breakdown is so big, I can't even see what the problems are. Yes. But it'd probably be particularly bad with the High Elves because, yeah, minus 359. But that'll decay by 10% per turn, so it's quite possible that they'll forget about it before that hits 0. And you can always use gifts to try to just keep them happy. To maintain your military allies, because they shouldn't break the treaties with you if they like you. So you just got to keep that in mind. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do in Total War Warhammer 3 to manipulate war declarations and diplomacy in general. Anyway, I hope you guys have found that stuff useful. I don't know if it's going to be practical or optimal for your campaigns, but at the very least, you can get a bit of a laugh out of it by like selling off and bankrupting your enemies by selling off breaking military access. It's kind of like what you used to do in Shogun 2. You just sell off military access everywhere for like 10 turns just to get loads of money. But this is breaking military access in which you're not actually breaking military access. And then I could just do it again the next turn with Malekith. He just needs to get some more money going. Or maybe what we could do is give him some money for some treaty and then get that money straight back off him. There's a lot of things that we could do to manipulate him. It also would help if I could take his cities that way. That would be really hilarious. Anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Appreciate you, and I'll see you next time, fuckers. Bye.